Welcome to Black Belt Beauty Radio, a podcast fueled by a passion to support your journey in developing your most beautiful and optimal performance in life. Each episode is driven with the intention to elevate your mind. When we elevate our mind, we elevate our life. So get ready. It's time to rise. What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to Black Belt Beauty Radio. I got a funny story for you guys before I get into this episode. It actually is so perfect with the subject that I want to get down on in this particular episode. So right now I've just spent about 30 to 40 minutes with some audio technical issues. It was a microphone scenario that I had not come across before. I usually record on two microphones when I have a guest, and I have a separate microphone for when I do these solo episodes. And yeah, I don't know, for whatever reason this time around, it was giving me a hard time. And so, 30 minutes into it, started to get a little frustrated. But I didn't let the frustration overwhelm my process. I still was very determined and focused on, figuring it out. And underneath all that, I knew that I would, right? So it was only a matter of like a few variables, right? Try this, try that. No, not working. Try this, try that. But what was so cool, when I finally figured it out 40 minutes later, was that, I realized I could have become so frustrated that it would have completely overrode my focus, and maybe even made me want to quit, right? And not record this podcast, give up and go do something else. But it didn't. And I know why it didn't. There's a few reasons, actually. One, my purpose is very strong. I was very determined to record this episode now, get it out to you guys. Beyond that, or maybe right next to that, was the fact that I have been training my mind for so long now to withstand discomfort, and frustration falls into that category. It is not a good feeling. It's not comfortable when we feel frustrated, right? But because I have willingly seeked out and continue to seek out challenges that provide me with discomfort so that I can find comfort in it, I have been able to generate more emotional resiliency in those moments, which allows me to stay more present and level-headed so that I can focus on my goal. And that's what this episode is all about, you guys. I mean, how perfect is that? I couldn't have planned that issue, to fall right before this episode. So I want to read an Instagram post that I put up recently that really unpacks this idea. And then I'm going to, peel back some layers and get deep with you guys for a moment. So the image is the same image that you guys see, that promotes this episode. So it's me getting down with some battle ropes, with a serious look in my eye, a serious look of challenge. So the caption reads as follows: discomfort. There's something way more important to me about this picture than the action of training. That look in my eyes is me going toe to toe with an incredible amount of discomfort. A challenger that is trying to get me to submit. A test to see how bad I want it. An opportunity for me to discover a deeper sense of who I am and what I'm capable of. That continuous discovery is an addiction. I've never been one to settle for good. I'm a lover of earned excellence. It's because of that love I am not only willing, but I seek challenges that force me to get really, really uncomfortable. I train my mind to find comfort within that state. It's a provocative path that flirts with my inner greatness every single day. It's what drives me to keep adventuring through the wild, uncertain, challenging, yet incredibly fortifying and heart-fulfilling journey that brings me closer to who I am and the achievement of continued excellence in my life. Challenge can be viewed as a roadblock or a stepping stone. Discomfort is something we can choose to avoid or choose to embrace. What's crazy amazing is that the minute we decide to embrace opportunities of discomfort, we instantly level up the playing field against them. Because when we decide that no matter how difficult or challenging it might be, we are going to move towards them, we are also deciding that we are capable of succeeding them. Train the mind. I don't know if you guys can hear, my nose is a little stuffy. Got some allergies going on. It's great. So hopefully you guys think it's cute. Work with me. All right. Yeah. So you guys, that last bit just gives me chills. It's like, what's crazy amazing is that the minute we decide to embrace opportunities of discomfort, we instantly level up the playing field against them. And it's so damn true, right? Like if you think about it in fighting terms, right? Like two fighters, for the most part, no fighter wants to step into that octagon, that ring, with this idea that they can't beat their opponent. They're going in there with the intention, with the vision and the confidence that they can beat their opponent, regardless of how challenging the fight's going to be, right? And so that's essentially what I'm trying to say, that when we decide that we're going to go toe to toe with a challenge, we're ready to face the challenge, right? And that's powerful. So, I'm going to kind of reverse engineer this caption. I'm going to move from it at the end and then go back up. But challenge can be viewed as a roadblock or a stepping stone. It's so true, you guys. I so often frame challenges as opportunities because to me, they actually really are. It's like, I'm so turned on by this question of like, who am I? Like, what am I capable of? And excuse me, the only way to discover that is by being challenged, right? Or that's one of the great ways, right? I mean, I think in every moment of our life, not only discover, but create more of who I am. And, here's the thing, you guys. Humans evolved through challenge. We were not safe. We were not comfortable at all times, in that period when we were evolving our existence. We were challenged as fuck. Like we were threatened. Animals were trying to eat us. We had to weather the storm, literally, figure out how to house ourselves in very safe ways to withstand Earth. I mean, it was gnarly. Not that I was there, but we know how it went down, right? And when you think about it, in this day and age, we're so fucking comfortable, man. We have food accessible to us any time of day and in large amounts. We have homes and cars that provide the perfect temperature. So we don't need to, experience extreme cold or heat unless we, go out of our way to experience that, which, I'm going to talk about that in this episode because that is a way to challenge ourselves and to get really uncomfortable. But the point is if we don't go out of our way to challenge our comfort, we can really live a life of just kind of comfort, steadiness. And in that, it might sound cool. It might sound like, yeah, well, why not? Why not be comfortable throughout your whole life? But we also know that nothing grows from comfort. And I'm not saying that our entire life has to be a series of discomfort and challenge. No, not at all. But, to grow our greatest self, we must be willing to engage with moments of discomfort, with challenges, right? And so for me, I really love to train my ability to find comfort in uncomfortable moments. And I like going out of my way to seek these opportunities, because when life throws these opportunities my way, I feel prepared. I feel more capable, right? Like, rather than just waiting for these challenges and moments of discomfort to come at us and then figure out in those moments, like, oh, are we able to handle it? Train ourselves, like train the mind. It's like a muscle, man. And the more that we become acquainted with discomfort and our ability to withstand it, and to not just even withstand it, but just like to stay composed within it, the more that we're able to do this, and the more that we realize we are able to do this, we become so much more powerful. We become so much stronger in the mind. We become so much more self-reliant. We trust ourselves more. I have so much more faith in my ability to handle challenges because of all the challenges that I have endured and succeeded, and because I continuously find ways to encourage some discomfort. And I want to talk about that in this episode. I want to, throw some ideas of how you guys might be able to do that, right? So it's not like this sick obsession with, I just want to always be challenged. It's just that I understand a few things that come with challenge: growth, more self-discovery, self-creation, right? Like, I'm adding layers of my ability, of my fortitude, my perseverance, like all of those incredible intangibles that are so important and really so important when you're reaching for big things in life, man. Like, we know, right, that anything that's ever been realized as great that has been achieved by someone has come with great challenges. They come together, you guys. Like, we can't achieve great things in our lives and not have experienced great challenge within the process. There's no fucking way. None. So what it really comes down to in my mind is, who are we when those challenges arise? Like, are we tripping? Are we seeing it as a roadblock? Or are we like, all right, cool. Like, here we go. This is a stepping stone to that higher ground and that higher version of myself. And that higher ground is where the things that we desire exist on. Like, it's just how it is, right? So I've talked about it, I think, in a couple of episodes now, that, a couple months ago, I decided to start taking cold showers immediately from bed. And it's a habit now, It's funny. It's like, man, I'm not even negotiating with, am I going to do this? It's like, no, it's part of my process now. Why did I even do that in the first place? I didn't need to do that. My process in the morning is super wonderful and that, like, has been serving me greatly. So why change it? Why go out of my way to get uncomfortable at the start of the day? I mean, that's a whole, layer of interesting in of itself. Like, why, right? Because it's not easy to do. It's not easy to go out of your way to make yourself uncomfortable, to endure the discomfort. But when, every single time I take a shower, that cold shower, and it's only 5 minutes long, I'm not washing my hair. I hit that cold water, and yeah, there's that initial but the minute I'm done, actually not even the minute I'm done, even before I'm done with that shower, I'm so proud of myself. And when I get out, I fucking won. Like, I started the day winning. And then, it's been amazing. Like, it's that sensation of winning, that sensation of accomplishment, it bleeds into the actions that follow that shower immensely. And I start my days feeling even more amazing than when I wasn't taking the cold showers and I already had an amazing, morning process. So the idea here is be willing to fuck with some variables just to see, especially be willing to fuck with some variables that encourage discomfort just to see who you are in those moments and to potentially add growth to yourself from those moments. Another way to do it, and I know I talk about it a lot because it's so easy to do it in this realm, is training when you're working out. When you feel like you're at the end, go for 2 more. Go for 2 more reps. Go for a minute longer. Go for 30 seconds longer. Go for it. Like right when you feel like, I have no more in me, that's when you go for that champion rep, that champion extra 30 seconds or extra minute, champion round. That's the champion round right there when you're tired and you're fucking over it. Because let me tell you something, every time, even if you only get halfway through an extra rep or 10 seconds past your breaking point, you've grown. And you're going to realize it. And upon realizing it, like that shit adds up. Next time you're going to get the full rep in. Next time you're going to get the, 15 seconds in and then 30 seconds. But you have to be willing to go that extra distance. And that extra distance is so fucking uncomfortable, you guys. It's so uncomfortable. It hurts, like straight up. It hurts. You have to be willing to hurt. But you're safe. And that's another really important thing to realize. You're safe. These are opportunities to train your ability to withstand discomfort with a knowing that you're fucking safe. Like nothing's going to happen to you when you take the cold shower. Nothing's going to happen to you when you try and do 30 more seconds of sprints or, whatever you're doing, or that extra rep, extra 2 reps. Like you're not going to hurt yourself. So this is a wonderful opportunity to take advantage of, in the sense of challenging yourself. Because I promise you, man, when challenge comes up on your path outside of your training, you are going to have more resiliency in those moments. You just are. I know it's anecdotal, man. It's proof. Like I have proof, and I'm not the only one. I mean, when you think about any great champion, it's like they've endured failure. They've endured breaking points. They've endured the pushing past breaking points. They seek discomfort. They seek the challenge because they know on the other end of the challenge, on the other end of that discomfort is a greater version of themselves. Bottom line. So you want to know one cool, easy way that I love to challenge my brain that doesn't even offer like a physical discomfort necessarily. It's more of like a mental discomfort. You guys might laugh at this, but it's so effective. So if you're, home or you're somewhere where you generally know the area, right? But you have to go somewhere new. Rather than using your GPS system, use your brain. Figure it out. Like challenge your mind to not rely on the direction and information from an external source, especially, you have to know the general area, right? But like maybe you're not 100% sure of like, if I take the street, figure it out. Because when you apply your brain like that, you have to understand that you're growing, you're becoming smarter, you're growing, you're strengthening your brain, your mind, your ability, your capability. And why I love this example is because some people, I like doing it all, but this is just an easy, non-physical discomfort way of just enhancing your brain, basically. Your brain's functions is a better way to put it. So that's a suggestion to you. Next time you got to go to wherever you're going, don't use your GPS. What's the worst that can happen? You get a little lost. In your back pocket, your phone, your GPS, your navigational system in your car, you can always plug in the address. You can always find your way there. But why not try and use your mind, your brain to get there? You guys, we have to do these things. Like, actually, I take that back. We don't have to. We so don't have to. But if you want to continuously grow your greatest self, and within that greatest self comes the version of you that is capable of creating and accomplishing all the great things that you want in your life, you have to go out of your way to do this shit. Like, you can't just sit on the couch and watch Netflix and dream about this greater version and these things you want to accomplish, but not be willing to do the necessary work that's going to grow you. You got to grow. That's what this is all about, growing. And, I'm pretty sure that all of you listening to this podcast have a deep love for that growth, like myself. We are growth-minded individuals. So I like sharing this message and, some of the ways that I go out of my way to invite growth into my life. Because I feel like it could be very valuable for all of you too. It's just being very present and being very conscious and having intention, just not, it's being proactive. It's being fucking proactive. We want to accomplish great things. Great. We got to go out of our way to become that version of ourselves in order to achieve these things. That's it. So I challenge you guys. I challenge each and every one of you to either start, get up, take a cold shower, start creating that habit. Challenge yourself at the gym. Get an extra couple of sets in, a couple of reps, maybe a couple of sets. Just when you feel like you're done and you want to stop, I challenge you to just keep going a little bit more. Just keep going a little bit more. See what happens. You're going to be okay. You're safe. In fact, here's the thing. All these ideas that I've just given to you, we lose nothing. We gain so much in the act of it, in the act of trying, in the effort of it. So decide right now, how are you going to challenge yourself to get uncomfortable so that you can offer some more growth, some more emotional resiliency, some more capability within yourself? How are you going to do it? Let me know. I want to know. I know that this is a subject that I'm going to continuously speak to, because to be a high performer in life, you have to be willing to get uncomfortable. You have to. And I really want to keep putting it out there that let's not wait for the discomfort or the challenges to find us. Let's fucking go after some of them. Especially because in those scenarios that we are seeking the discomfort, for the most part, everyone's different. We're safe, right? We're safe. So I'm not talking about doing some extreme shit like jumping off bungee jump. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys I'm not a thrill seeker in that way. This is how I thrill seek. It's just like, how can I challenge my brain? But everyone's going to be different there. Some people are going to be more gnarly about it. Whatever it is, I challenge you to challenge yourself. Get uncomfortable. Find some comfort in that discomfort. Let me know. I want to know. Connect with me. If this really inspired you and you felt value from it, share it on your stories, DM me, put a comment, Instagram. Let me know. It inspires me back. If you got some cool ways that you do it, share them with me. Maybe it's something that I could start trying and going after in my life. I love that. This is a full-on conversation. So please share your thoughts with me too. I value them immensely. All right, you guys, that's it. So I love you guys. I am so excited for everything that is coming. It's a wonderful feeling to feel this constant inspiration, this eagerness, this excitement for what's next. It's a beautiful feeling. So I hope that, after listening to this episode, that's where you guys are sitting within yourselves. I am always, always, always excited to be right back here with you on the next one. So until then, lots of love and have a beautiful, beautiful time challenging yourself. I will too. Bye, guys. Thanks so much for tuning into this episode, you guys. If you loved it, please share it on your social. Throw it up on your Instagram stories and tag me. I'm at Black Belt Beauty. I am also at Roxy Look, RoxyLook. I love connecting with you guys. This is a conversation that I want to just continue growing with you guys. So if you feel inspired to hit me up, do so in that space. I always enjoy hearing from you. If you'd like to support this podcast, you can do so by rating it and reviewing it via iTunes. It's such supportive help, you guys. It really helps the visibility of this podcast. So I appreciate and thank you in advance for doing that. And last but not least, if you are interested in starting your own podcast, or perhaps you already have one and you need help with, editing your audio and the production of it, I cannot recommend my producers enough. Resonate Recordings, you guys, they are the bomb. I rely on them. They are an absolute supportive tool to me and my podcast. So check them out and let them know that Black Belt Beauty sent you. And on that note, you guys, I'm signing off with all my love and always looking forward to catching you on the next.